This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by
Glory 37, January 20th in Los Angeles. Save 10% off tickets with code MMA Nuts at AXS.com.
HostGator. Save 50% off hosting or get $5 domain with code MMA50.
eBags, your journey starts here. Save 20% off with code MMA eBags1.
Protect-A-Bed. Shield your mattress and pillows from allergens, dust mites, and moisture. Save 20% off with code MMA Nuts at ProtectAbed.com. Defense Soap. Used by more champions in more countries than any other brand. Save 15% off with code MMA Nuts. Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 321.
321!
My name's Ingo Weigold.
Matt Griffith, I'm going to show by fans, for fans, we're walking the line between serious and ridiculous. It's happening.
Well, I couldn't remember what episode it was.
You guessed right.
I was like, I had to give the guess. I was going to say 327. I'm like, that's too high. Okay, it must be one. So,
you're good.
321 episodes, Matt.
That's a lot of hours.
Yes. Many.
We're pretty prolific.
Are we?
7 years.
Oh, yeah, it's true. This is the 7th year, is it not?
Yeah. This is the first of the year. We're about, January of what, like 2010, right?
Yeah, I think that's about right. We started kicking this around in December of 2009, something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it became a thing over there. In the in the
there.
stools and the reflective. Actually,
Yeah.
that no fear thing was there. You never did move that ever. It just stayed there, reflective and all weird.
That's how we like it. Weird and awkward.
And reflective
all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 2017. The year has turned. Did you have a good New Year's?
It was the best ever every year. I just hang out low key with the family.
Okay.
Till 12:30, and we shut it.
Nice. Just pass right out.
Yeah.
Or do you take your bath?
Hit the sack and then go to bed. What?
Right. Ringing the new year with a bang.
Something.
Something.
UFC 207, Ingo. Moving right along. Breakneck speeds.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to figure out what is my takeaway from this event.
Just a takeaway. Good, bad.
07?
Yeah.
I thought it was not the greatest event of the year, but it certainly had some interesting moments. And I think the co-main event and main event delivered.
Yep.
But the rest of the card did not.
No, the rest of the card shit the bed.
Yeah.
And what's up with Mike Goldberg? This is his last broadcast, and we can't give the guy a nice send-off?
Not even a farewell picture or something. Like
he died, like a rest in peace, Mike Goldberg.
Yeah.
2000 to 2007. I actually think he's doing it for 20 years. You're saying his son was tweeting some shit, right?
Yeah, his son kind of salty about the whole thing, thought it was bullshit. His father didn't get some kind of they couldn't put together like a 2-minute tribute or something. Or
should have had something.
It could have been quite funny too, because there's so many Goldbergisms, out there. They could have done a good job. Maybe one of the fans out there will do it. I feel like something needs to happen. I mean, they were talking unusually long at the end of the broadcast, him and Rogan, kind of yapping it up. And we kept anticipating something, and then it never happened. It was like
I know, we're waiting, and that didn't happen. And then they said, his replacement's not going to come until like July, so I guess it's going to be Anik and Rogan.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So that'll be fun.
We'll see. They've never done it together, have they?
I think once. Maybe it's okay, but you get used to shit. You get used to the same thing, and it's gonna be different one way or the other.
What happens in July?
Whoever Dana White's trying to get will be able to come on board in July, and who that is, I don't know.
Well, is it Boss Rutan? Is it Jimmy Smits?
No, those are both color. You need a play-by-play. So,
you can't have two colors.
You can, but it's weird. But
Mauro Ranallo, that would be rough.
Like it's. How about that black guy from the Showtime one, the Strike Force?
With the lips?
Fred Johnson? Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson, yeah.
These things happen in
MMA.
Those
purple lips or whatever. It looks like I put lipstick on.
Yeah, he would try to, I think, match his tie with his lipstick color. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. It's weird. He might be okay. He's a little stuffy.
I'm joking.
Oh, well, I thought, hey, why not?
That guy's out of control.
Yeah, I know. That's great. Maybe that's what they're looking for.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's sad. It's one of those things where you lose a little something. As with the whole Reebok deal.
Exactly.
As time goes on, slowly, it just a little piece of it just kind of, you know, it's like the transition from like CDs to MP3s, and it just vinyl to CDs. Like you're losing something. Like you just kind of, it's kind of a little piece falls off. It's now less warm and.
Are you saying like a little piece of you died when Goldberg is leaving?
It did, because I only know the Goldberg era. I don't, you know, and the new era, I don't know what's going to happen, but it scares me too, because the Goldberg era coming to an end means that we're that much closer to the Rogan era potentially coming to an end.
And then the Dana White era is going to come to an end. All of it's going to change.
What are we looking at when that happens? I mean, what's the sport going to be? I mean,
it's going to be mute the TV, and then we're going to just fucking commentate it ourselves, which may not be the worst thing, because 90% of the time we're calling half the shit before the announcers are calling it.
Yeah, especially you. He says something, and 2 seconds later, Rogan is like, word for word. Maybe you just have too much UFC time.
Maybe. I've seen a lot of fights. I mean, like, I have been watching it since UFC 1, so
yeah,
been
that's
around
pretty cool.
For a while.
Do you want to talk about the event?
Yeah, let's start with the main event. We got to start there, and Ronda Rousey versus Amada Nunes. Let's start with the weigh-ins, right? So we have Rousey comes out on stage first, does her, you know, fake weigh-in, and how about the lack of respect? I'm going to go back even farther to the official weigh-in that Ronda Rousey had for just the press. She, you know, typically a fighter weighs in early. You do your weigh-in, they give you the official weight, and then you pause for 5 seconds just to let the photographers snap some pictures and whatever. So she doesn't even have the fucking courtesy to give them the 5 seconds. 5 seconds! Can you give them 5 seconds of your fucking life? Nope. You're only getting paid $3 million+ for this event, and you can't pause for 5 seconds. I got a little bit of a problem with that. A little bit. And then we go to those other, the real weigh-in, or wait, the fake weigh-ins that are later, not the real weigh-in, but the one that's for all the fans, right?
Yes.
So she does her bullshit, comes out, stands there, waits, and then Amada Nunes comes out with that fucking lion face on.
It's awesome.
And then you get that epic picture of her like looking over to Rousey, and I think it was Esther Lynn from MMA Fighting that snapped that one. A beautiful picture, and then they come over and square off, and I don't know if it was fear in Rousey's eyes. Like, did you sense any fear, or what did you feel about the exchange?
Well, obviously
there?
we know what happened in the end, but I thought it was confidence that I was seeing out of her for a while, and then looking at her shape, I'm thinking, man, here's a woman who's got her shit together. But obviously we know the outcome, so that may not have been the case. But are you saying you saw fear?
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the normal confidence. I mean, you know, going into this fight, I think we both were going back and forth with who we were going to pick, and I let her, the shape of her body, and thinking, oh, fuck, she's crazy enough to sway my opinion over to her. Like, man, she could actually do it. But when we get to the fight, and, you know, they touch gloves initially, then Amanda's like, you want to touch when the fight starts? And Ronda shakes her off, and what happens from there?
It's go time. Well, Ronda connected with one jab, but then looking at, there's a picture out there, and I couldn't find it again, of where you can see the definite reach advantage in that first exchange Nunes has. And I think that was the story of the fight. We were talking about that in the preview show, that, you know, and Ronda got that look on her face again, like when Holm, remember when she had ducked under and Holm like missed her, and as she's back against the cage, that look of like fear, like holy fuck balls, what have I got myself into here? Same look after like the first exchange. And I think that was Nunes extremely accurate with her punches, man. Just everything on the fucking chin.
Well, I don't know if it's that hard when the person in front of you has zero head movement and backing up in a straight line. So
yes, good point. And I gotta wonder what the game plan was, because there was somebody on the underground had posted a transcript. I think it was from somewhere else.
Yeah, I got it.
I couldn't find it again. I don't know if you have that.
Well, of Edmund yelling in the corner, he's yelling, "Head movement! Head movement!
Yes.
Clinch! Clinch! Please, Ronda! Please!
Fuck! There was like a fuck in there. Yeah. So it was over quick. I think the reach advantage was a huge problem, and everybody knew Nunes has a lot of power, and it definitely showed. I don't know why she even tried to box at all. I mean, dude, pull guard. I don't know, because I don't know. Rousey can hit a bag like nobody's business, but a bag doesn't, you know, as they say, brick not hit back, right?
Yeah, not so much.
No, I was shocked. I thought it would be at least a contest. I mean, at least a round.
Well, here's the thing. You know, she took, what, a year?
Yes.
Year and a month off, comes back. I thought for sure she'd have to have a better performance than how she fought Holly Holm, and she had to. And the other thing on top of it, she look at the media silence. So the UFC completely catered to this woman the entire way through. She did no press leading up to the fight, no press during fight week.
Nope.
Didn't even have the courtesy to stick around and do a post-fight press conference again. So it was just like, I'm going to be as quiet and silent coming in so I can just focus on the fight. Okay, you got your ass kicked in 48 seconds. How'd that work out for you?
Not so well, man.
Right. So I think it goes back to the point when we were talking before of, you know, what does she need to do? I think she just finally defined the definition of crazy, where she's doing the exact same thing, expecting to get different results.
Right.
And she got the exact same results as she did in Holly Holm, but it happened around faster and whatever, maybe 5+ minutes faster too. So with that said, what do you think is next for Rousey? Do you think she's going to retire? Is she going to continue, or what?
Well, I'm a little bit unsure because did you see this post her mom put out at all? So she had some things to say about Ronda, you know, obviously saying she was proud of her and she cares really deeply about her and she knows Ronda worked hard. But she listed some accomplishments that Ronda's had. And she's not 30 years old, was her big point. Junior World Judo Champ, Pan American Judo Gold Medalist, first American woman in a decade to win a World Cup in Judo. I guess this is a big deal. U.S. Open Gold Medalist, World Judo Champ, Silver Medalist, Olympic Bronze, U.S. Senior National Champion, first UFC World Champion, women's, first woman to make $1 million in martial arts, co-authored a Sports Book of the Year, My Fight, Your Fight, which I heard sucked. I didn't read it. Did you read it?
I bought it and I haven't even read it.
Yeah. And then acted in multiple movies. So the list of things she's accomplished, not too bad. My question becomes still, where the fuck is her head at? Because she still storms out of the cage, doesn't want to do all these things. I think she's one of those people that will never reach her true potential because up here there's a problem. There's like something going on in her. She has to be invincible or she's just fucked. You know?
Yeah, it's all or nothing.
That aura's gone. No one's scared of her anymore.
It's almost like that bully attitude or mentality where you're so used to beating all these people up, and now you finally got fucking stomped, and you don't know how to handle it.
Nope.
And you don't know how to, and that shows you with like the press, right? I can't talk to anybody. So she's, you know, I'm still thinking it was just a cover because she's just not tough enough mentally.
Could be. Bark loud and hope everybody runs away.
Right.
Was that Eddie Murphy sketch?
I have respect for her, and I actually, you know, I wanted her to lose, but I felt bad in this process because it's just, you're looking at a white belt in striking versus a black belt in striking, and expecting something different to happen. And I mean, the people on the internet are so cruel.
They are.
But I have to bring up some of these memes. So, like this one, I think was the most brutal one. It's like a Pornhub ad. It says, "Young blonde gets violently fisted by a Brazilian lesbian."
Oh, geez, that's good.
And it's a picture of Amada Nunes like just cranking her in the face, and like, man, the internet's harsh. They're harsh. I guess that's what comes with the success, though, right? And lack of respect for your opponents, and lack of respect, I think, for the fans this time around too. So, is she going to retire, or is she going to continue? What do you think?
I think she takes another fight in the summer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're right, because I think she's stuck. I think when we were talking about her movie career and everything getting put on hold, that she needs to go out and win. And you know, right now, if I'm a movie producer, I probably don't want to have her in my movie. I mean, you're coming off of 2 devastating, like, KO type losses, and you're not even competitive, not even close.
Well, Holm was more competitive than this, which is not saying a lot.
Right, but she got brutally murdered with that left head kick. And, you know, I still want to see her go to a real training camp like BJ Penn is now. So, you know, he's at Greg Janssen's. I don't know if it's too late for him at this stage in his career, Ronda is still relatively young. I know her body's, you know, I think she had a knee surgery, so not her body may not be like young per se, but
Yeah.
you know, a handful of fights, 10, 12, somewhere in that range. But I want to see her. You know, the funny thing is she could go to Greg Jackson's now since Holly Holm moved up to 145. But I think Ronda is probably too pissed off at Holly to even be able to go there to train, which is unfortunate. But I'm sure there's other camps around. There's other ones in California. I still think she should be. AKA? She should go to TriStar. Yeah, anywhere. I mean, you can't just be boxing because obviously that ain't working. It ain't working. We got to do something different.
Yeah. I mean, I could feel like if she can go more of the route of just trying to get the fight to the ground would be better for her. If she could get somebody to help her with wrestling and a little bit of defense, striking wise.
Close the distance. She couldn't close the distance at all.
Nope.
And I think it was, you were saying on the last show, like, let's see what happens when she gets hit once. She got hit once, and she looked like the deer in the headlights. Yeah. I don't know if she's flashing back to the Holly Holm fight, like, oh, no, not this shit again, and fuck, it's a quick night. And
props to Herb Dean. There were some people on the internet, I'm still not sure if they were being funny or real, who thought it was an early stoppage. Dude, she got lit up.
I don't care. Give that woman her respect.
It was like Mike Tyson's. Remember Mike Tyson's punch out? Like ping, ping.
Yeah.
That guy, dude. It was not good. Nunes so accurate, hitting her right on the button. And props to Ronda for not going down. She stayed standing, wobbly, but stayed. Hey, she's got a chin. I mean, I guess you need one if you're not going to play defense, but
like, what's your style of defense? Catch everything with my face. I saw it work out for this Doohoo Choi guy. He seemed to catch everything with his face.
From the last one, right?
Yeah. It didn't work out.
What about Nunes? What is she going to get? They say?
I don't know. It seemed like her and Kat Zingano were fucking smack talking on Twitter, going back and forth. So it seems like that one may be coming because I think Zingano beat her last time they fought.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Know?
Remember that? I was thinking about that. The Zingano fight, how she fucked up and went after Ronda too fast. Imagine if she didn't do that. Do you think she could have done the same thing? Because I think she could have.
Yeah.
She's got some major stand-up.
I think we thought she was going to win, if I remember back then. But she just got too crazy. And does, like, a lot of the people. Misha Tate did it, too. Like, storm in, storm. Like, no, don't storm in. Like, you're walking right into her clinch. Make her come do it. She has to work for it. Don't give it to her. Yeah,
you saw that. You said it. She can't close the distance. So make her pay every time she tries to come at you. Hit her with a few nice solid strikes, and then it'll get her to back off. But
yeah.
Let's get out of this fight. It's sad, but I don't really care.
You know,
fuck them.
The thing I want to ask too is, like, she made $3 million plus a cut of pay-per-view. Was it worth it? And I asked that from both sides, from her personally and from, like, the UFC side. I guess you got to see what the pay-per-views are from that side, but for her side, is it worth it?
Did we ever talk about that? I think it's less than $500K.
Well, I think it's actually pretty high.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really? Because it's Ronda Rousey?
I look at the traffic on the site again too. Like, people searching shit. It spiked up again, and usually when it spikes, I'm thinking there were rumors that it may break records. I don't know if it's going that high, but I'm thinking you're like 800,000 just for her. So I mean, it justifies it from the UFC side, but then they said, I don't know what Amanda made, but it wasn't even
like 100K or something like that.
200,000 probably.
Yeah, 100 and 100,
like,
I think is what it was.
So disgusting.
I mean, right here. Hold on.
I mean, if she, unless she gets a chunk of the pay-per-view,
100, 100. It's fucked up.
Like,
it's fucked up.
How is that even?
It's not.
Because even the guys that Conor McGregor fights, they're getting comparable. So if he gets 3, you know, Nate Diaz got 2. Amanda Nunes, you don't even get anywhere close to it. No. Again, kind of funky.
It is.
And then I guess that kind of puts the. Well, I guess we're never going to see Cris Cyborg versus Ronda Rousey, but I mean, I think you can kind of see, like, what would happen if those two fought. Everyone's like, oh, Rousey would win. I'm like, no, Cyborg will murder her.
Yeah,
and
especially
like,
now.
Pretty clear cut. Like, you've seen her go against 2 A strikers, and like, there's a big difference in style. And That's the other thing I wanted to ask. Have we just been hoodwinked by the UFC? Like, what the fuck happened here? Like, was Ronda good? Or did everybody else just catch up? Or was it bad style matchups like those last two? And the other thing, the trend held up, Ingo, where I said, like, all the women in this division that have lost the title lost their next fight coming back.
I don't know. I think was it Pete who was saying that she hasn't fought good strike. I think it's true. She hasn't fought anyone who's been able to strike with her, and if they were, they didn't play the game correctly.
Right.
Zingano being one. But, you know, look at that, though, because look at Anderson Silva. That's another example of somebody who had this aura about them. But as soon as it was broken...
Once you have a chink in that armor...
That's right. You're not going to get me again. That was a one-time thing. Maybe. But was that the episode that we...
cut it.
It might have been.
Anyway.
It might have been. Yeah, but once Weidman just blew that aura of like great, it's like ever since then it's not the same. And I wonder how much of it is the internal fight, like the fighter themselves just not believing it anymore, or it's the opponent, or
I think it's what you're saying, both. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know which one's the bigger factor. I think the
fighter.
Probably personally.
Yeah. Because Anderson thought he was a god, and then he realized, uh-oh. I'm not.
Yeah. Wait, this guy doubled up. He didn't just throw left, right, left. He went left, right, left. Oh, fuck.
Yep.
That shit only works if you follow standard procedures. Not this mixed up shit, so. I think that's all I got for that. You got anything else for...
No, I'm good.
All right, let's move to Dominck Cruz versus Cody Garbrandt. And
yes.
I will just say that this is the first Dominck Cruz fight that I actually enjoyed, Ingo.
Why? Because he got his ass kicked.
You know, no, not from that standpoint. Although I do like that. Just because he did, you know, he actually fought. He fought for a change. It wasn't all shuck and jive. And I still say he came into this fight injured because he had 2 ankle braces on. When he didn't do that, I went back and looked at some of his previous fights. Didn't do that when he fought T.J. Dillashaw, and he had a left ankle brace on when he fought Uriah Faber in the fight before. So it didn't seem like he was moving the way he used to, and I couldn't believe how much faster Garbrandt was than him, right?
You could tell right away. Big speed difference.
He's shucking and jiving. He's shucking and jiving, but he's hitting Dominck and dropping him, and then he's not even following up. He's like, oh yeah, just dropped you. Then he like made him miss in this one combo, and he's fucking doing the break dance. Like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, he was on another level. I think he could tell that he just had Cruz's number that night. It's dangerous, but I mean, he's very confident. And the accuracy is what I was kind of shocked at. I didn't expect him to be able to tag Cruz quite that much, but
yeah, in my mind, I thought Cruz is gonna run away with this because I thought he's all power, he's got nothing, and he's coming in way emotional. But he came in so patient, which was shocking to me.
Yeah, that's probably that Dwayne Ludwig trained situation there. You know?
No, he's just alpha male now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Dwayne, well, I don't know if Dwayne was there initially to give him a little bit of training. I thought I saw him in his corner too.
No, he didn't. You're right.
But then alpha male. But maybe they've had so many cracks at Cruz that they finally understand.
Yeah.
Hey, here's how we do this.
Yeah.
Here's how we do this. And he got it done, and it was crazy, man. I really enjoyed. I think that was the best fight on the card, at least from what we watched. I mean, the other fights on the main card were decision. We got robbed of the Cain Velasquez.
No.
Fabricio Werdum, just the main event. We'll talk about the Cain pull out.
Oh, T.J. Dillashaw. See, my brain's fucked up. It's too late. I got you now. You know, another thing I thought was classy. I think after the fight, they kind of. It sounded like, I don't know what they said exactly, but they kind of. It was like, we good now? Like, you know, the two of them had beef, and they're like, yeah, we're good. So, and then they hugged it out, and then, you know, Garbrandt had a little the leukemia kid, and he literally gave that kid the belt. He actually gave him that fucking belt, and he said, I'm gonna buy myself a fake belt. I don't give a shit. I'm going, wow. Here's a guy who literally, he's holding back.
No, it's crazy. It's all good.
It's crazy though. Dude,
I'm not going to make any Caillou reference. I'm sorry. I will not do this.
He gave the kid his real belt, which is crazy because you'd think he'd give him a fake one. He's like, no, take this one. Like, how cool is that? I mean, I feel like
Very cool.
For how crazy he looks with his crazy tattoos.
Well, I think Luke Rockhold said, I guess I'm getting a neck tattoo now.
There you go. And his old attitude before the fight of
Yeah.
just being salty and cunty and whatever. And then he does
Like
go
trying to fight him backstage again.
Yeah, like-
Him and Jeremy Stevens.
Yep.
You know?
Like and then he goes and does that, and you go, well, fuck, this guy must be a nice guy. Damn it.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens because he looks pretty solid. I don't know who's going to take him down, but
No, and I think the next fight is probably going to be TJ Dillashaw because he won and he's still #1. And I just want to say, I want to applaud Dominck Cruz for the way he handled the loss too. Handled the loss like a champion. Again, this is like the perfect example on this card of how do you handle a loss and how do you not handle a loss. And you look at Dominck Cruz and you look at Ronda Rousey.
right.
Polar opposites of how to do a thing.
Big time.
Interesting. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about for UFC 207 was just Johny Hendricks. Ingo. Johny Hendricks. 173.5.
Yeah, you could tell he knew. He looked so embarrassed. Just, I don't know what's going on there. I feel like the man has, I'm trying to remember who else has had the greater fall from just the pinnacle of the sport than Johny Hendricks. What the fuck is going on over there?
Well, Anderson has, but, you know, that's age related.
Right.
This is not
guy's
age related.
I mean, he's like, what, 30?
He's got to be young 30s.
Let's
Probably
see, I'm checking right
32
now.
would be my guess.
33.
Okay.
So, but this has been going on a while. I mean, he's been on a skid for
Yeah, it's right around when USADA started.
3
And
losses in a row now.
You know, and he's missed weight like at least 2 times, if not 3, and had to pull out of one fight because he couldn't fucking make weight or he had a issue with the weight. And you know, the crazy thing is, I thought he actually won the fight. I thought
you?
it was his fight.
I didn't see it,
And
no.
they gave it to Magny, and the crowd was booing, "Boo! Fuck you, Magny!" And I don't think the crowd was racist. I think it was just that fucking Hendricks actually won it. It's just because Magny had locked up a couple triangles from the bottom that were close, but didn't quite win him the fight in my book. So, you know, that puts Johnny with 3 losses in a row. I don't think he's getting cut, but he's definitely, he said he's moving up to heavyweight, or not heavyweight, but maybe he needs to go to heavyweight. Middleweight.
Cheeseburgers!
Fuck
Yes!
it, 170, not my weight class, go to heavyweight. But I mean, his body physically just does not look the same. He does not look healthy. And I have another problem with this too. If you're gonna miss weight by 3.5 pounds, shave your fucking beard. You know, you gotta pay the piper. I know that's not 3.5 pounds, but you're not even fucking trying in my book. You're not trying. If you were really trying, you'd shave that beard off. You'd do everything you could
Save your
to lose that
nutsack,
weight.
your head, everything off.
You know, come on. It's just, it's sad. And, you know, I don't like to see guys that were like, you know, didn't we think he beat GSP when he fought GSP? And GSP got a favorable decision? And then,
that was the fight that stole his soul, maybe.
maybe. Well, then Robbie Lawler.
Twice. Right?
Yeah.
Twice?
Because then he was like, oh, I'm just going to fight at 70%. And
Oh,
what
that
are
was
you
a
fucking talking
70%.
about?
Yeah, with
What
the
fuck's
bicep
going
problem.
on?
Yeah, I forgot
like,
about
oh,
that.
Jesus. Like, because he was trying to follow the GSP game plan. Like, no, you have to give 100%. It's just sad. You got anything else for?
No, I'm good,
207?
man. I'm hoping well, this month's gonna blow. There's not a major event till February, right?
I don't even know. I'm like so like Christmas, New Year's, kind of out of the loop right now.
Yeah, are you?
Hoping to get back.
Good. Jump right back in there. Get back in that loop.
So let's talk. Let's go some news. You got some stuff? You want to start off with some news?
Yes, SPG. I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Requiring fighters to have brain scans, CT or MRI, upon returning pro, to check for damage and other things through the course of their career. I think this is a good thing. I feel like maybe it might be setting a trend here. Do you think this is a good plan to require fighters to have some sort of a scan done before?
Yeah, as long as they're paying for it, because
I don't think they
fucking
are.
fighters can't afford that. So I mean, it's good in theory, as long as they're covering the cost of it.
The way I read this, I said this sounds like they got a discount for fighters, but the fighters have to pay for
that
it.
shit ain't cheap. I'm guessing it's at least a thousand.
150 whatever
That's
the
it
symbol is.
for a brain
Pounds?
scan.
Fucking
Well, maybe things are different over in Ireland versus here in the United States, because I would imagine any kind of a brain scan is going to be at least $1,000.
MRI, yeah.
If it's $150, I'm okay with that. I just think if you're going to dictate to your fighters what you need to do to come in and train, you need to help cover the cost.
Pay for it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's a good thing. And I'll say, you know, I watched that Concussion movie finally.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie. You should check it out. And basically, the guy that discovered CTE, the NFL was fucking with him and trying to discredit him throughout his career. And at the end of the movie, they said 28% of professional players will have some sort of severe, like, brain damage or CTE issue in the upcoming future. It's a little scary. 28%.
It's a big number.
So I still wonder, like, how does that translate to MMA? Because it's still such a young sport, and obviously we don't know. We don't have players or fighters shooting themselves in the chest yet.
No.
You know, so people can examine their brain.
But I would say the numbers are probably similar, if not worse.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a problem at some point, and I don't know if they can fix it, but at least be aware of it. You know. Maybe I think that goes to the training smarter type, or we're not going to spar as much.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. The other thing going on, 2 fighters, or notable fighters, tested positive for shit this week.
You don't say.
Yeah. This is very shocking. We had Cris Cyborg.
No.
I don't believe that one. And Josh Barnett. And let me tell you, this is Cris Cyborg's number 2.
Yeah.
This is Josh Barnett's number 4. Okay.
Oh, he's 4 times.
So, right away, as soon as Cris Cyborg gets announced that she potentially failed a USADA test.
Yep.
And then she came out and said she was taking something, some sort of diuretic. Doctor prescribed it, whatever. End of the day, she's going to get a year suspension. Doesn't matter. She's trying to get a therapeutic use exemption, like post, whatever. But she's going to get suspended for a year in my book.
Okay.
Josh Barnett, we don't know the details on that one, but why does everyone automatically just like, fuck Cyborg, cheater, blah, blah, blah. And then for Josh Barnett, everyone's like, hey, let's withhold judgment until we know what he actually tested positive for. What the
he's
fuck
a war
is this?
master!
No. This is bullshit. It has to be the same. Woman or man, it does not matter. Right?
Does it pass the smell test, Matt?
Well, I doubt that passes the smell test. I doubt either of them pass the smell test.
Definitely not Cyborg. Barnett doesn't look like he does roids, but...
Well, it could be tainted meat. You never know, right?
Hey.
Drake Mir.
Right.
What did he get positive for? Shit, I don't remember what his was. No, his was like he ate the kangaroo in Australia.
Yeah, which they have a high level of some sort of specific anabolic steroid in it.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I just find it weird.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, are they going to have a hearing soon where they'll rule on this? Do you know?
No, because again, it goes back to why can't we just tell everybody what they tested for? Like, and at least in both their cases, they didn't say. Cris came out and said to everyone, "Hey, here's what happened." Blah blah.
Yeah.
Josh hasn't, to my knowledge, publicly addressed, what the test was positive for. But when USADA does this, why can't they just say it? Like, hey, here's what we found. They just say, hey, we got a potential failure. Well, why don't you just tell us at that time instead of letting everyone speculate?
I don't know. They like to keep it behind closed doors.
Probably. I wonder if there's some privacy bullshit. HIPAA.
Well, is there HIPAA?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I don't even know what that means. I just threw it out. I try to sound smart.
I think it's like Health Informational Privacy Act.
Sure.
Yes, that's what it is.
So you're smart. You wear glasses.
That's why I have the glasses on the show. Thank you.
Professor Weigold is in the motherfucking house.
That's right. I'm teaching class in a minute.
Something. What else? Cain Velasquez. You have an interview, Ingo. So he was using the CBD.
Yes.
Instead of taking the painkillers, he got a, how do you say it? Sciatic nerve issue. Said he couldn't stand for like more than 10 minutes at a time. And then he was going to have surgery after his fight for Fabricio Werdum. And then the Nevada State Athletic Commission was like, really? You're not fighting. I don't think that's a good thing.
You can't stand? What do you mean you can't stand?
Well, I mean, they have. You can't say some shit like that and expect to still fight. Like, legally, I think Nevada State Athletic Commission has to pull him from the fight,
well,
right?
Sure.
Because you don't want him to go out there and get fucking paralyzed. Like, oh, and they knew it.
He's not planning to stand, though, Matt. No,
he's planning to lay and pray.
He
but
doesn't care.
Why does the man do that? Like, why? If you're Cain Velasquez, why are you going to say that? Do you not think that you're going to get pulled from the fight, or
what did you say? You had an interesting take on it.
What?
You thought that he wanted out?
This
is like rolling to your stomach and on your
giving
elbows
up your back
when you're in a fight that you want out of. So you just give up that back
and then do that.
Take it.
I'm not gonna fight the sub on me. I'm just gonna wait till tap. Come on. Can't hold.
Do it.
And all these people are like putting out. Oh, now we got a new saying for Cain Velasquez. He's now THC level Cain.
Oh,
like whoa. Yes. Because the CBD oil, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
I love those, man. A motivated BJ Penn.
Yeah. We should make a line of T-shirts with all the fucking
dude, it's the best.
Oh, fuck yeah. What else is going on? Fabricio Werdum. Yeah, an interesting quote, Ingo. I'll read it for you.
Yes.
He said, "Some people think he's jealous because I became champion beating his dad, Cain Velasquez. But I don't think that's the case. I think he didn't come out of the closet yet. I don't have anything against homosexuals, but Sagano needs to come out of the closet. He must have something because he won't forget me. I already told him I'm married. Nothing against gays, but everyone does their own thing." Go. What is with Brazilians and the gays? What is going on?
I think it's the ultimate insults because they're such a, like posturing culture where, like peacocks, running around. Yeah. And someone's like, "Oh, you're gay? You gay? You gay?" It's like, it's a big deal.
This is so funny to me.
It is funny. But maybe it doesn't translate. Did he say this in Portuguese?
I don't know, but it got translated as the gays or, against gays. They always use it plural, too. Gays. Don't let the gays get you when you're playing Destiny.
Right. They say the squeaky wheel gets the grease, or whoever smelt it dealt it.
So you're saying all the Brazilians are gay, then?
No, I'm saying maybe Fabricio Werdum is gay.
And Big Nog?
Probably gay. Should we ask Marilyn? We should call Marilyn.
Okay, right now. Tell her up. Are you sleeping? No, you're not. It's all work out.
Yeah.
What else do I have?
I got nothing.
Oh, Mike Bond from MMA Junkie, he had an interesting stat. He said the number of fighters who missed weight in 2016 prior to the new weigh-in policy was 1.
Ooh.
The number to miss weight with the early weigh-ins, 21.
Really?
Because we switched the weigh-in. So I'm wondering, is this, because there's other things in effect here, is this because of USADA? Is this because of ban IVs? Or is it just because of the earlier time? It's kind of weird. Like, that's a big difference in the two. Because it hasn't been that many months. It maybe
6?
What? I was going to guess 4 maybe? Since we went to the early weigh-ins?
Yeah, I thought it was August to July, but maybe late. Maybe it was in September.
It hasn't been that long. Even if it was 6 months,
like 20.
You're talking 1 versus 21 misses. I mean, it seems like almost every event, it's at least 1 or 2 guys. And I think the other day we had 3 miss.
Is it a timing issue? Because the guys aren't used to the earlier time, so they have 8-10 hours less, and they somehow miscalculate?
Maybe you go to bed and at a certain weight, and you wake up heavier, and you didn't put anything in.
That happened to me. When I was doing the jiu-jitsu thing, I'm like, motherfucker, how is this possible? I have, and then Cabrito's like, yes, sometimes it happens like this. I'm like, how? It's impossible. Yeah. I even took a shit. How am I heavier? It can happen, apparently. I don't know how.
I don't know. Maybe things are processing.
Yeah,
maybe you're growing human growth hormone is all the shit you're injecting.
Yeah, that's it. Inject
you
more.
Shred.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird that would be the stat. You would think that
it was supposed to be to let them rehydrate more, but it seems like we're having more failures. Or it's just pointing to the fact that everybody needs to move up a weight class or 2 depending upon who you are.
Right.
And there was, I think Michael Bisping posted something. I don't know if it was on his Twitter or Instagram, where him and Tyron Woodley were kind of jawing back and forth, because I know they're both analysts on Fox, and both saying they want to fight each other. And Woodley's going, well, what weight you want to fight at, 180? And Bisping's like, yeah, I'll fight at weight 180, but we're not fighting for belts. He's like, how much you weigh? He's like, I'm 200. And he asked Bisping, how much you weigh? And Bisping wouldn't tell him. The Woodley's like, what are you? You're probably 199 then. I'm probably weighing more than you. And fucking Woodley is fighting at 170, and he's weighing 200. Jesus Christ. Everyone needs to move up a weight class, pretty much. Like, if everyone is cutting weight, where's the advantage? You know? Unless you just, you can recover better than the other guy. But why? I mean, look at Cerrone, right? Moves up to 170. Looks the best he's ever had in this, or ever has in his career. And he's finishing on what, his last 4 fights?
Yes.
At 170.
Well, you know, guys are probably, I would say all guys are coming in at 80%, you know.
Right.
Or
diminished.
Or less. Yeah.
You are diminished for sure.
So, it's going to be a weird year, because now we're doing this all year, right? To see if the stats hold true, if they're going to be continuing to have a high rate of missed weight.
Failure.
Yeah.
It's all failure. Then we had Uriah Faber was trolling Dana White. He had this picture of Cody Garbrandt and Dominck Cruz. He's like double teaming Dana White. He's like, how you going to do Dana White like that? After all he's done for you. He's got Cody on one side with like Dana bending over, and he's like fucking him my ass. And then,
tower.
And then
is that what that's called?
I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
And then Cruz on the other side getting him from the face. It's all good. It'll all work out for you guys.
Okay.
I had something. I'll just fuck it. I'm going to mention this one too. So I'm not sure if this one's true or not, but the NFL, I guess they do these random drug tests, and this guy that's in there, I forgot what his name was, posted a picture of the note that they put on his locker for the random drug test. It says, Chris Boswell. This is on December 21st. It says, you've been randomly selected by the NFL drug testing program's medical advisor to complete a urine doping test today. Please report to the drug testing area as soon as possible to meet with the collector and discuss the testing process, timelines for completing your test, and to address any questions you may have. If you feel you are not prepared to provide an adequate specimen, you should still check in with the collector. Huh? We can do this?
I'm not ready. Can you come back?
In like a month?
Yeah.
Wait, can the UFC and USADA please adopt this?
That's right.
We are losing so many people to this fucking, like, nonsense.
Yeah.
Stop the insanity. Susan Powder, come back. Stop it for them. Ready for some acid nuts?
Please.
Moving right along. Polly Walnuts on Twitter asks, who will have more fights? Cowboy Cerrone in 2017 or Cain Velasquez the remainder of his career?
Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah, agree. Cowboy will probably have 5 for sure.
I think Cain doesn't potentially fight again. That's a big injury. Maybe he has 1 fight and that's it.
Excuse me. Yeah, they're talking about shaving down some bones so his nerve has more room. What? I think you're done. I think you might want to be done. And I think you guys need to start training smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not one guy, it's fucking every guy that's training there. And you can say, oh, this is just how we train. Well, okay, but let's stop pulling out of fights or saying stuff to get you pulled out of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Tatsuya Yoshida asks, should Rousey fight again?
Yes. I want to see her 1 more.
Yeah, I'm still weirdly intrigued, but my only caveat is she has to go to a real camp.
Yep.
It has to be 6 months minimum before her next fight, and I don't think she needs to fight the top tier person. I think she's got to get a warm-up fight. Like, let her get a win under her belt. Yep. Find another Betch Kohea or something. You know, someone she can fucking beat. It's just give her a favorable matchup. I think that's what I'm asking for too.
Yeah, I agree.
Who would be champion if MMA fights were 1 5-minute round?
1 5-minute round?
Yeah.
That's crazy talk.
Besides Anthony Rumble Johnson, I think he would be the champ.
Vitor Belfort!
He'd be a contender for sure.
Vanderlei Silva!
Ah, fuck. I had someone else in mind, too. God damn it.
Somebody who's a crazy blitzer.
Well, Amada Nunes, for sure. She is champ, and she would still stay champ. So, like, once you get her past the first round, though, all bets are off.
Trouble, yeah. I don't know.
That's good for you.
That's good for now.
And then, starting from here, we're going to give away a bad boy prize pack, winter hat, water bottle. I might even throw in a decal. Ringo can even reach it. I might steal one of those, actually.
Badass hat. How many do we have? Oh, water bottle.
I think we have 5.
Water bottle. Bad boy gear.
That's right. So coming right here. So Gregory Fountain asks, he says, do you believe with younger fighters? Oh, and before I ask this, everyone, I know I've probably sent you shit in the past, but you're going to have to fucking email us. Either direct message us on Facebook or email us at fans@mmnuts.com with bad boy in the subject.
And dick pics.
No. Just for him.
Yeah, see.
And dick pics. No.
You're going to get dick pics.
Wait a second. No, I don't want dick pics.
Are you sure?
Name, address, and we'll send that stuff out. Gregory Fountain asks, he says, do you believe with younger fighters coming up with more tools and experience than in the past, we will see the days of champions defending their belts many times if GSP, Silva, Jones are over, with the exception of Mighty Mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that changing of the guard, right? And we asked for that for so many years. Like, God damn it, we got a GSP, we got an Anderson Silva. I think it's more fun when shit gets mixed up. I mean, yeah, it's fun when someone can just keep running through people, but, I mean, in the case of, I don't watch Mighty Mouse fight. I don't want to see him fight. But, I mean, if it was a, I don't know, someone else, another weight class, like, say, Ronda Rousey, who kept running through people, I get kind of pissed off at that. I get pissed off because I want to. I prefer, my favorite kind of fight is one that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth, with the exception, like, I really enjoyed the Cody Garbrandt, Dominck Cruz, which was pretty one-sided in my book. Right?
You just hate Cruz.
Pretty one-sided. Well, there's reasons. And Mike Smith Rivera asks, he says, has anyone taken a loss as well as Cruz did, not making any excuses and owning it like a man?
No, I think you said it earlier. I think he did a great job, and he's always been kind of classy, it seems, and I respect that. You know, sometimes you get beat as long as you're humble and.
Well, he handled it well. I thought Conor McGregor handled his loss to Nate Diaz pretty well. I thought Holly Holm handled her loss to Miesha Tate pretty well. Like, some people know how to handle a loss, others don't. See Ronda Rousey. Matthew Whitehurst asks, was it ever mentioned during a pay-per-view that was Goldberg's last show?
Not that I recall.
No. I watched, like, all the main cards, some of the prelims, and...
It's probably in
like,
fine line somewhere.
Like, I think 10 fights on this card, too.
Yeah.
We got Jip, so... Oh. And then Rodrigo Machado will close it out. It's time! Pound sign Nuts Rule, pound sign Matt Rape Train, pound sign Eagle Sugar Daddy, pound sign Happy New Year. Would you rather get stuck in an elevator full of Lady Gaga fans or Justin Bieber fans?
Justin Bieber fans.
Why, you think there's more girls?
Yes.
I was going to say Lady Gaga. Why is it?
Because I think
the gays that like the
Gaga?
Gaga?
Lady Gaga is probably like weird people.
Yeah, I'm more down with that. I think there'd be like
I'm thinking
crazy
chicks. Lady Justin Bieber's
and piercing is a place that shouldn't be pierced.
Okay, I like what you're selling. Can we mix those two together?
Okay, done.
Yeah.
We'll get stuck in the elevator with both. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a Jedi or a Sith?
Oh, dude, easy. Sith Lord.
Goddamn right. You want to shoot electricity out of your hands and electrify bitches.
Just, you know, I would rather fight for the good guys, but if I had to pick.
Just think about it. You could be like GSP, right?
Have a dark side?
Goddamn right, I go. You gotta have a dark side.
The power of the dark side.
Can you imagine GSP is just a Sith Lord? Nobody knows.
Awesome.
That's his dark side, there you go.
Have you seen, are you going to go see Rogue One?
At some point.
I want to go see it. I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance. I might go tomorrow. fucking want to see that shit. I heard it was awesome.
It's breaking. I think it's making lots of money.
700 million or 800 million already or something.
Off the charts.
Yep.
What do you like more when it comes to cars, the looks or the performance?
Cars? Man, that's a tough question. I would say probably the performance. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that big into vehicles. I just want something that's reliable that can get me from point A to point B.
Okay.
And last forever. So my car is a 2004, and I bought it new, and it's what year? 2017.
Wow.
I got 115,000 miles on my GMC.
You don't drive that much though.
No, it's 115,000 miles. So.
In
now I don't drive
13
that
years.
much.
Yeah.
But anytime we go on a trip, and my wife's car's got 143,000 miles on it.
Gosh.
Goddamn right. You take care of your cars, it'll last forever. Or 200,000 is my goal for both.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, marry, kill. Megan Fox, Natalie Portman, Keira Knightly. There you go.
I can't pick.
Yeah.
There you go.
Megan Fox.
Uh-huh.
Join me.
I'm enjoying.
Natalie Portman.
Oh, man. I'm digging what you're selling.
Keira Knightly.
Oh, jeez.
See, but two of them are lacking in the titty department.
It doesn't matter. Look at that.
I have a problem with that.
I'm going to say fuck, marry, kill. In that order, sir.
Okay, so you're fucking... Hang on. I'm losing my whole shit. Because I've got like 10 pages of notes here.
Okay.
You're fucking Megan Fox, you're...
Marrying Natalie Portman. I'm killing Keira Knightly.
Okay. Well, I'm marrying Megan Fox. I want those tits. What?
It's a lot of heat, Matt.
I'm gonna take them.
Can you handle that
I
heat?
can handle it.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm killing Natalie Portman because she has no tits.
It's all good.
And fucking Keira Knightly.
Yeah. You didn't see that movie where she was a stripper or whatever. That was a good one. Have you seen that one?
She's a pirate. I'm down with pirates.
Oh yeah. I only saw the first one of those.
You're good. Knowledge. You got anything?
Yes. I wanted to show you this. I showed you. It's not going full screen now. The National Gunfight League in Las Vegas. The next big thing, mixing MMA with shooting guns. With
See, here's where I get confused.
real firearms.
But if I have a gun, why do I need to be engaged in MMA? I'm gonna fucking shoot you with my gun, motherfucker.
Because it's close hand-to-hand
I'm gonna shoot you
stuff.
sideways.
You will.
Fucking like a gangster.
It's a hand-to-hand thing. So you get close, you do a takedown, and you start doing jujitsu.
And then pull my gun?
No.
Like, I don't get this. I don't understand this concept.
Shoot him in the face.
If I have a gun, there's no fighting involved. If I don't have a gun, there's fighting involved. It doesn't mix.
What if you miss a bunch of times?
It's like water and oil. Doesn't mix, Ingo. One floats on the top.
Which one?
When I shit my pants, I shit my pants.
Is it bad to float? Speaking of shitting pants, there's a website I saw that rates your shit. There's an app you can get, but depending on what happens when it's in the toilet.
Is this done by my proctologist? Remember I went? No, he wasn't the proctologist. He was the gastroenterologist.
Yes.
When he always asking me, so what does your shit look like?
Yeah.
But he didn't say shit. What does your feces look like?
Yeah.
He had a fucking chart. Like, what kind of man carries a poop chart in his pocket? Like, I have a
There's an
problem
app.
with this guy.
There's an app for that.
Now
Yes.
there's an app. Like, I wonder if he fucking made this app. It's weird.
Yeah,
These
'cause
are
he-
weird fuckers. They're talking about shit. I don't like to talk about shit. I
Exactly.
just like to make it and be done.
But don't you sometimes you look and you go, that looks not normal. Let me Google that.
No, I don't. I never
there?
Google what my shit looks like. I
let me
just
see.
go,
It's a weird
huh,
color.
there was a lot.
Am I dying? Cancer. Like, and then I got to this app thing, and I'm like, wow, this is a serious thing.
Oh, I got stage 5 cancer. That could be bad.
Yeah. Poop is apparently very telling. Do you have
Yes.
any knowledge?
Yes, just have you seen the Nick and Nate Diaz have rolling papers and pipes out that you can smoke weed out of?
No, it looks great though.
Yes. So look at, they have a
Smoking
whole
around.
Diaz brothers line of rolling papers, and you want to smoke weed out of a Nick or Nate Diaz pipe? It's
Why
a
not?
little freaky.
I have to
don't
start
be
smoking weed for it.
I don't want to smoke weed out of anybody's head. That's kind of frightening.
I like it.
Fuck it, they've made it. He wants $20 million to fight, by the way, Nate Diaz.
Does he really?
He wants $20 million or go fuck yourself.
Is that like how Dana said Cain turns down fights? Is just asking ridiculous money? Or is it Werdum? Werdum.
Yeah, Verdum. But why can't the guy ask for more? You're asking for him to take a fight on short notice. At that point, I think your contract is null and void because he was trying to say, oh, you signed a contract. yeah, I signed a contract to give me at least 8 weeks notice, motherfucker, so I can properly prepare. Now you're asking me to take a fight on, what, a week notice? And that's not worth something? That's bullshit. That guy should get paid. I got no problem with him asking for more money.
Yeah.
In that kind of a scenario. So
I agree.
see what happens. Hopefully he'll come back soon. There's rumors of a Mark Hunt, Alistair Overeem fight possibly coming down the pipe. It depends, you know. Like Mark Hunt still butt hurt, wanting that steroid clause, but it ain't gonna happen. Just take the fight. Overeem ain't on the shit. Look at that guy's body, for fuck's sake. Mark Hunt.
Is he gonna be big enough for heavyweight by the time this fight happens?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I think Overeem could go back to 205. I mean,
weighing in at 211.
He just makes the weight.
With pants on and a belt and shoes.
Yeah.
He's got a leather jacket.
And some chains like Quentin Rampage Jackson, but he's going Mr. T style with the full gold. It's all good. Not fool's gold. Full gold.
Big distinction.
Yeah. All I got.
All right, man. That's been this week's edition of MMA Notes. My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith. Thanks for playing.